Hello everyone, welcome to another Helm to Tower video. This is going to be different. Look at me, it's on a camera. I am being self-indulgent. This is a self-indulgent video, and you can just either watch it or not if you're interested in this topic. I am fine with that. I still plan on covering the things I want to cover, and this is something I want to cover because you don't know, from my previous channel, Rational Passions, that I worked with and made YouTube content on with some wonderful folks. I made a Nintendo podcast there and didn't really cover the kind of games I cover here nowadays, because that's just more of the stuff I'm into nowadays. But I still really like Nintendo stuff, and they just literally revealed the Nintendo Switch 2, the new console. It's been leaking around. If you've been following like game and news information, you've probably already seen some of that stuff. You know, now it's official. Now we can just talk about it as a real thing instead of being in speculation land. They put a trailer out. The trailer's pretty simple stuff. Probably a lot of it thing was known if you've been following those leaks a lot, but you know, I just want an outlet to just talk about it and think through some of the announcements and things I'm looking forward to for Nintendo and stuff like that. You never know, some of the stuff could overlap here. You know, there's stuff that games and things that I will probably cover on the channel that will probably end up on the Switch 2 because it's going to be a more powerful console. I just want to have some fun and talk about Switch 2. And, you know, ultimately, I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about on this channel because it's my channel. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. I've rambled on enough. Let's just watch this trailer back through. Maybe you haven't seen it, maybe you have. And I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts as we go through it. And then, you know, I'll kind of peruse the internet a little bit also. And I know they have maybe some other smaller details out there, but let's get into it. Switch 2. Sorry, I made the joke. God damn it! I didn't think I was gonna do it. But look at it. There it is. There's the normal Switch. Good console. I don't care what anybody says. It's old, but now it's transforming. Beautiful. Some slots. We got some slots. You can put some stuff in. That's nice. New stand, of course, on the console. Very nice. Can put it way back. I don't know if you'd ever. I don't know. Well, whatever. Maybe you like to play your Switch like that. Who knows? Some updated Joy-Cons. I like that. That's like, they look kind of sleek. I kind of like that. They got like the black and all that. Some like new like ways to attach them. It looks like. Looks like they're not like the slide on anymore, which I like. I like that change a lot. I'm sure if you saw the leaks, you probably know that, but I didn't look too much into them. Okay, snapped into a thing there. Okay, they're sliding around. Are they? I heard something about mouse. Are they mouses now? Are these mouse cons? Joy-Cons? You can use them as mouses? That'd be kind of ridiculous and kind of cool. I like of course, they got the new snap. Very nice. I like that new snap replacing the old one. Very cool. Switch 2. Yeah, I like it. It looks sleek. Mario Kart. Let's go. I love Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8's like one of my favorite games of recent years. I still hop into it from time to time. So seeing it looks like a new proper game. So I definitely want to kind of scroll through that after a second here. But there you go, 2025. Let's see, play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. There you go, backwards compatible, fully confirmed. Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Switch 2. Details be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. So there you go, and that's Mario Wonder. You can see there's a person holding a Switch 2. Definitely, you can tell like it's definitely a slightly bigger console, bigger screen, bigger Joy-Cons and everything. I'm liking that too. Nintendo Switch Showcase or Direct April 2nd. So that's a little ways off. These series of hands-on events as well. Okay, cool. But there you go. That's you know, pretty simple trailer there to just show that. But yeah, I still think it looks really nice. I like the sleeker design of this. You can see there's like a new kind of thing you can put the other Joy-Cons. You can put, there's a little controller attachment as well. I like this, like the others. It's like a rounded case there and everything like that. Let's see if there's anything else on the website. I'm gonna scroll down here. So there you go. There's the experience. April 4th through the 6th in New York, 11th. It's all pretty much month of April. It's going to be coming across the US. I'm looking at the US site, so I'm sure there's maybe like Europe and Japan, like things for that as well. But it looks like that's going to be after that direct on the 2nd, which that's when we'll probably get like a bigger full unveil. Like you can see there it is. Stay tuned for a closer look in a Nintendo Direct presentation on April 2nd. So there you go. It says, well, let's see, we'll air on Wednesday, April 2nd, offering a closer look at Nintendo Switch 2. Broadcast time will be announced later. So yeah, still, yeah, that's a couple months away still, which is a little unfortunate. So I'm curious if there'll be any other information between now and then. But I guess not. For at least the Switch 2, I think there's still some base Switch games coming. We're getting some more like video here. Look at that. There's like the Joy-Con. There's extra things in the Joy-Con there. Let me see that again. So they are obviously snapping in. So they're like a magnetic snapping. I know that was like kind of in the leaks and stuff, but that's pretty cool. It seems like there's like another button on there, which I see people have been talking about as well. Doesn't really show anything there. You can see there's like, yeah, kind of, I like how like they're curved now, more like a more modern controller on there on the back of the Joy-Cons. I like that. And it seems like there's like a snap, like a button you press kind of underneath those triggers that like detach Joy-Cons. Okay. And then that's cool. You know, it's a nice looking console. You know, obviously we don't really know too many games. I'm going to pull this trailer back up and see if I can, I'm going to kind of scrub through it and look at that Mario Kart footage. Because I like Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 is still really fun, even as like an old man who plays old man video games, or whatever you want to call them, more mature video games or whatever the hell. Like Nintendo still makes really fun games, in my personal opinion. So it's cool just seeing new games from them, and like this is gonna be a start of a new era this year of new Nintendo titles. So let me see. Let's jump to when this Mario Kart stuff starts popping off. Let's see, Switch 2. It's like around here, I think. Yeah, 140. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll around here. I'm gonna be a sleuther, real-time sleuthing here on this thing. Okay, so here you go. There's a new Mario Kart there. I love seeing all like the little visuals. There's like a fire flower, gas station. Luigi has a tire company. Like I love the weird little things they put in here. Let's see. Oh, there's like how many? Look at that. They're like the racing lines there. There's like a ton more of them. I don't know how many that is. How many racers are there on screen? Let's see. 5. That's 5. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's keep it going. It kind of zooms in so you can't really see any more things. That's cool, but definitely that's like more racers than I think 8 has for sure. Because what's that first line? That's 6. So yeah, the first line is 6, so that'd be 12, which is a base Mario Kart. And then it goes, and then there's double that. So that would be 24. Wow, 24. They're like doubling the amount of in a race. That's actually kind of crazy how many karts there are. And then they can see some closer looks. Oh yeah, they have like different, some of these characters that I'm pausing here have like different designs. Like look at this Mario, he's like kind of like chibi. Like look at how like short he is in that kart. He's like a chibi style almost. That's interesting. And like you can see Bowser there too. He kind of looks like more, that like reminds me of like the Mario Kart 64 like render models where he has a kind of like a more flat face almost, I guess, if that makes sense. But like it looks like a more classic kind of visual style to them. Like that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Peach too, you can kind of see it's like a little, YouTube compressed. Oh wow, what is happening with Bowser there? Did he smack Peach? Like I think maybe they just bumped into each other, and yeah, he like bumped her. He like kind of like bumped her away. I don't know if that's like him punching her. Like that's like a thing you can do in this one now, or it's just that that's like a normal thing there. Okay. And new dock and everything, very nice. All right, now it's on the TV. Oh yeah, look at that Donkey Kong. He looks different too. like like the Mario starting to drift. Yeah, look at that Donkey Kong. He's like a completely different design. That's so cool. It's like more like old school kind of Donkey Kong. There's like a lot of like art, like when like if you go look at some like the 3D World character art and like really classic art that they kind of pulled from in modern games, or not modern, but from 3D World, which I liked a lot. They had kind of a lot of that art style in game as like player icons and stuff. And it's a very classic look. It looks like they're like kind of like trying to put that in this version of the game, which I think is really cool. Look at that, and like DK, a bunch of new carts. They're like there's like a Mario Sunshine banner in the back there. Very pretty course. Although it's a desert, I guess pretty as a desert can be. I'll keep going here. Yeah, like bumping into each other. There's a big dash panel that's like kind of new looking too. Okay, that's cool. A Yoshi burger joint. I like that. It's like a little Yoshi face. Wonderful. I love little details like that in their courses. And then what is that in the, maybe it's like an item block or like some kind of item thing there in the pit stop of the course. That's interesting. And then big trucks and like, man, it's like a, I will say like it's hard to like tell fully, but like this looks like a much bigger track than anything in 8 has. Like a big road, big long winding road like this. Look how far it goes out. It's like a much bigger track than I feel like we've seen in something like 8. So that's pretty interesting. So some cool little extra details in there. That's cool. I like that. Again, April Direct, still a bit of a ways away. Let's see, is there any other thing I can look at real quick? I'll pull up the press site real quick. Pull that over here. I pulled up the press release that they put out this morning for it. Let's see if there's anything extra in here. Nintendo Switch 2, the successor to the Nintendo Switch system, will be released in 2025. Today, Nintendo offered a first look and a video. So there's a trailer we just watched. And there's also the Switch website, which, this is the site I was on. Kind of scrolling around. This is all they have on here. Oh, we can see some games here on the back of this thing. So here's like Mario Brothership, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Princess Peach Showtime, Wario Move It, Clubhouse games, Mario Jamboree. There's Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, New Horizons, Paper Mario. Okay, yeah, so that's like pretty much the majority of the games you would expect. But it did put a disclaimer here that not all of them will work. I'm assuming like the outliers are going to be stuff like Labo. Like I remember, if you remember what Nintendo Labo, that was the game where they had like the cardboard stuff you could make into control and put the Joy-Cons into it. I think obviously you can see the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 side by side there. Like that's a much bigger console and the Joy-Cons are bigger too. So you probably can't even fit that into that stuff anymore properly. That I would guess that maybe is no longer available on Switch 2. And then like the other thing I can think of is like Ring Fit, which I think would be kind of a bummer if Ring Fit doesn't work. But I could also see them Ring Fit being a popular enough thing that they make a new one on Switch 2. So maybe there's like a Ring Fit 2 on Switch 2. Those are the games that stick out. Like maybe they aren't working, unfortunately, on this new console. Maybe there's like some third party stuff that maybe doesn't. I don't know. Well, we'll have to. I guess we'll see. They'll give us that list at a later date. So here, let's just keep reading here. Nintendo Switch 2 plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games. So of course there'll be exclusive Nintendo Switch games. Like I'm assuming that Mario Kart is going to be a Switch 2 game, not like a cross-gen game, as well as both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. And then certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported. So like they said, it's good that it's both physical and digital. So if you have a bunch of Switch collection of carts, or if you have some digital games, they'll just carry over onto the Switch 2. Great stuff. Like we said, direct on April 2nd. That's when we'll probably get like, a little bit more details about what you can do with the console, maybe for the newer features and stuff like that. I think that's a lot of speculation. Even like the trailer kind of hinted as like the two Joy-Cons being put into those like kind of strap like connector things, and then kind of they were moving around and sliding around. So I'm wondering if they're like pointing at those at being like mice or mouses that you use like on a computer, and you can kind of use them on the Switch like that. That would be really weird and interesting. I don't know what you would do with that, but hey, why not? So there you go. And then let's see. And again, let's see. Nintendo will also hold Switch 2 experience events. Okay, so here we go. Here's like a full list. So North America, April 6th, April 4th to 6th, Los Angeles, April 11th, 13th, and then Dallas and Toronto will be the 25th, 27th. Then there's Europe dates as well. So Paris, London, Milan, pretty much a bunch of places in Europe. And then there's also one in Melbourne. So that's cool. And May 10th there. And then Tokyo will be also that end of April. Seoul in China, Hong Kong and Taipei as well. So those are coming later. Those are going to be in June, going even into June. So there you go. That's pretty cool. And then there's a link here so you can go sign up for that. You know, the closest one to me is New York, but that's like 4 or 5 hours away. You know, I'd still be maybe interested in going to something like that, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to make the trip or not. We'll have to wait to see it gets closer, but I would like to get my hands on that, unless it's one of those things where it's like we get this direct in April and then like, oh, it's out in like, you know, like a month later in May or June or whatever. I don't know. That was definitely the speculation from a lot of people, and you know, a lot of those people were right about this Switch 2 reveal being today. And they're thinking it's still going to be this kind of spring release. If it ends up being in spring, that would be kind of wild to think of, like by, you know, by this direct, maybe in May, we're playing this new Mario Kart and whatever other games they reveal. Like a lot of people are thinking, and I agree. Like we're probably going to see a new full 3D Mario, like the follow up to Mario Odyssey here on Switch 2, which will be really exciting. We already have like announced games that I'm assuming are going to be like some kind of cross-gen thing, or maybe they just we don't know if, like, we know we can play Switch 2 games on, or Switch games on Switch 2. We don't know if they're like updated or have like minor like updates on like a slightly more powerful console. Like, will these games run better from the Switch to Switch 2? We don't know those details yet. We at least know we can play them, which is nice. You know, I definitely planned on maybe trading in the Switch I currently have towards like getting a Switch 2, so that'll be kind of nice to know that I can just kind of do that still and still have access to my library of stuff from my Switch originally, and now just I can have a Switch 2 and it be kind of the same thing as that, plus there's a bunch of new awesome Switch 2 games coming. So that's pretty cool. That's nice to hear all across the board. You know, I'm excited for Mario Kart. I loved Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, 8 Deluxe on Switch, and then we got all the DLC and stuff. You know, I want this Mario Kart game to be like a persistent living game, you know, and honestly, if it is something like that, like it would fall under the thing I would cover on this channel, and I legit would probably cover it on this channel if it becomes like more like a live game where where like every so often maybe there's like a new season of Mario Kart content or whatever they do. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they just do like Booster Course Pass DLC stuff, which I think is fine too. But I would love to, you know, the Switch 2 to release. This Mario Kart comes with it, and then, you know, 2 years from now we're still getting like cool DLC or whatever for that game. I'd be stoked personally. But you know, maybe that's not for some. Maybe if someone get tired or bored of that or whatever. But I would be excited. I like Mario Kart a lot personally, and I think they've done a great job with 8 Deluxe, and hopefully with this new one. There's other games too, like Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon Legends ZA, which they've announced as Switch games. But I'm assuming they're like Switch 2 games now, because like we haven't heard anything about either of those, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be coming out of the net like within the next month or two, because we probably have heard about them by now. So they're probably now going to be a part of like the Switch 2 lineup, I would imagine, at this point. Or if they aren't, they are just Switch releases, and they're just going to like maybe like run and perform a little bit better on Switch 2. We'll just have to see that stuff. Again, still pretty early on. We only have this trailer. It's kind of what I expected. You know, this is exactly, you know, people who are maybe a little bit bummed by this, you have to remember back in 2017 we got the Switch 1 reveal. It was kind of just this also. Like, we got a trailer to show a person using a Switch. I think it showed some more games, but to be fair, those were like also kind of just ports of games. Like it was it showed Breath of the Wild and a port of Mario Kart 8 that we now know as Deluxe. And I don't know if it showed anything else. And then we had like a big January reveal where it's like we got a full reveal of Zelda, full reveal of like a bunch of other stuff, and like I think Splatoon 2 was there also, and some other games. So, you know, keep in mind, I think April is going to be the real big hype moment for this console, and probably when they're going to put pre-orders up, it's going to make a ton of sense because then they can kind of put all the games and the console up for pre-order right away, and then we can have at it. So that's going to be an exciting time as well. I might cover that stuff when it happens. Again, like I said, this isn't something becoming a Nintendo channel. I'm just being very self-indulgent and wanted an outlet to like talk about my thoughts about Nintendo stuff, because I did it so much on my previous channel and I still kind of love doing it, and I wanted just an outlet to do it. So thank you for self-indulging me. We'll be back to our regular scheduled content soon. I've been playing Hyper Light Breaker, which just came out this week. It's pretty cool. It's like a roguelite game with co-op and stuff. More of like the games I've talked about in the past on the channel. So probably we'll have a video of that soon with like some early impressions and more. I think we're going to start getting news about Destiny 2 Heresy. I might talk about that a little bit. I already did that poll on the channel, and a bunch of people already gave me their thoughts on, wait, people still play this game? So I appreciate you indulging me with my shit post voting choice there on my poll. Thank you. You're a good community already. I appreciate you. But yeah, that's just a heads up for what's coming soon here. We'll get back to that stuff. Again, thanks for indulging me to talk about Switch 2. Let me know what your thoughts are about it too. If you're interested in this stuff, or gonna be picking up a Switch 2, or you're like, well, I don't really play Nintendo stuff. That's fine too. Like, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.